Hey, hi, hello, how we doing? Jason Canarum here, appreciate you stopping by. But today, we're going to start off this video by cleaning the mold. You definitely got to make sure it's clean before you spray it with the mold release. So, off here to the left, I have a little machine that's been stirring my resin for a good little bit now. It appears to be just runny enough for me to be able to work with it. I use a 1-to-1 ratio resin, and I'm using about 40 milliliters combined. Here I am pouring a little bit of this clear resin into a cup so I could mix in my bloom color. I've chosen this orange basically because it's not an alcohol ink. I believe it is an ink to color clay. I'm just going to use a couple little drops. It doesn't take much. Alright, maybe I used a little more than I probably should have. Now I gave that a little mix. I'll set it off to the side. And it's time to pour that clear. Now my guess here is I'm going to pour it close to the edge. That way the resin actually makes it up against the corners there so we don't get any air bubbles. If that's actually true or not, I don't know, but it was a thought. So I've never really been able to wrap my head around these alcohol colorings. I've worked with the Formica powder in the past, and I don't think I'm all that bad at that. But here lately I've been watching Amy over there at Resonating Art by Amy M, and she's inspired me to start playing with resin again. And she just so happens to be doing this collaboration, and this is my attempt at doing some blooms. And of course, I'll leave a link down in the description. This is like a thick set resin, so I really don't have a bubble problem, but I'm always paranoid about it. Here I am poking the resin into the corners just to make sure that I don't get any bubbles. I probably torch this stuff a little more than I should, but what big kid don't like playing with fire? I never trust that I mix up the paints good enough, so I usually set them down and come back to them a couple times just to make sure they're mixed. I find myself doing this on a lot of different projects. These are going to be my 3 colors of choice. As I said earlier, I really haven't grasped the concept of alcohol inks. This is the blue that I used. I think I used way too much of it. It kind of took over. And just like the blue, this purple is a really cool color by itself. But I just don't know the limits. I mean, look what I do here. And the last color I chose was red. And here's where the fun part comes, where you get to swirl all these colors together and see the beautiful stuff that you make until you realize you made mud again. Well, let's burn it off. Oh, yep, that's also when I caught it on fire. Now, even though I screw things up, I usually follow through and try to do what I was trying to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put this orange down and have the fun that I thought this was going to be. Now, don't get me wrong, it was fun and it was definitely a learning experience. And the way that this actually looked on top, I thought this was going to turn out great. I mean, you can't see it right now because my hand's in the way, but you'll get a glimpse of it in a minute. Also, with me being me, I can't let anything go to waste, so might as well use this little bit we have here for some earrings. Now it's time to start on the outer edges and use this little pointy object silicone thing to draw lines into the center to hopefully simulate some flower petals. And because I made a bunch of air bubbles in this, we're going to burn it off again. Okay, let's bring it in for a closer look. I mean, that actually looks pretty cool. I could see the purple around the edge, some pretty cool looking orange. Really can't see the blue or the reds, but the orange and the purple looks good to me.
Okay, I got my 2 coasters that I did earlier, and I got some extra molds here just in case. I should use it all, but what I'm using is a blackish green mica powder. Got it all stirred up here. And I guess we just coat the back of these, huh? Oh, I'm gonna have to use the whole thing here. I'll go make up some more for that. Alright, here we go. It's been drying for a few days now. And I guess this is time for the big reveal. Seems to be pulling away from the mold pretty easy. Seems to be set up. Are we ready? And that did not turn out very well, did it? Oh, that one was a fail. It looked good from the other side. How about this one? This was a yellow and some other colors that muddied up on me. Alright, here we are. And that's another fail. Well, damn the bad luck. Neither one of them turned out. Oh well, shit happens. I guess we'll know to try again. At least I got some pretty earrings out of it. Earrings.